Welcome back to Poultry Farm Guide. I remember humble said, AIDS one called Samuel. On today's video, I'll be sharing with you 5 diseases that I've encountered in my poultry farm over the years, over the decades, while practicing poultry farming. How I'll be able to nip these diseases at the bud whenever they affect my birds, the measures I took, how I identify them, the medication you will give to your bird whenever you identify these deadly diseases. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Now, without no further ado, why am I sharing this? I'm not a veterinarian. I'm not a animal scientist, okay? But with years of experience, I'll be able to learn and identify poultry diseases and the proper drugs to give to them, the herbs to give to them. However, I'm a medical biochemist by profession. I'm also a teacher. So by the virtue of my field, I'll be able to know, with the help of veterinarians, to know the drugs that will be able to cure the disease from your poultry beds. Okay. So why am I doing this? Because most time we hardly see veterinarians or vets that are specialized in poultry, chickens, turkey, quail, and so on. They rather do pig, cow, cats, pets, dogs. That's the kind of veterinarian we find around easily. Okay, we hardly see experts in poultry. Now, even though we have them, they might be far away. So that's why it is necessary on your own to be able to identify, prevent, and treat simple poultry or common poultry diseases. Number one is Newcastle disease, NDV, Newcastle disease virus. Okay, it is very contagious. It can cause rapid illness and it can cause 100% mortality if not prevented. Okay, the best way to prevent Newcastle disease in your farm is through vaccination. Please, it's through vaccination. Don't ever neglect this. I've always begged poultry farmer, vaccinate your birds. Don't think that herbs can replace vaccine. Never. Okay. Now, this disease is a viral disease. It does not have cure. You can only manage it. So some of the signs include lethargy, drowsiness, diarrhea, poo or greenish poo, watery poo. When it comes to respiratory problem, they cough, all kind of cough, okay, sneezing, coughing, wheezing, pss, pss. No, those kind of cough are associated with Newcastle disease. Now, nervous system, it affect the nerves, the neck will be bent like this, the hands, the wings, the legs can be paralyzed. These are signs of Newcastle disease. The main signs of Newcastle disease is this: the greenish sheet and the cough and paralysis. Okay, respiratory signs, the coughing and the sneezing, and digestive, diarrhea, greenish, and the nerve, the paralysis that occur in the neck, and the wings at times. Okay, now last December I experienced that some of the birds I had were having bent neck, but I gave them vaccine. So I noticed that there was a little bit of a vaccine in the beds, and some of them having bent neck. And during the 8 weeks, some of them they're just dying. Sudden death can also be sign of a Newcastle disease. Sudden death will not just give you sign, but some of the birds will be showing bent neck, but though they're eating, while some just dying on their own without giving any sign at all. So how to revaccinate the birds before it stops. Okay, when it comes to layers, you have different signs. You have to vaccinate them again and again after 8 weeks or 6 weeks. Every 8 weeks or 7 weeks, you have to vaccinate for layers to keep out or manage the diseases. You can give antibiotics to clear some bacterial infections, opportunistic diseases that might have affected the bird. Now, the next disease we're talking about is coccidiosis. Coccidiosis is very, very dangerous. Okay, it is found, it is ubiquitous, it is everywhere. So they normally put the coccidiostat in the feed, and we also give regular preventive anti-coccidia and drugs. Okay, when we see any signs, the signs that are common with coccidiosis. First one is in the lining. The parasites, protozoa parasites, will eat the lining of the bed. They will be pooing red, bloodiness, okay, bloody poo, the ruffles, shoulder, that the feathers will be rough, loss of appetite and weight, and diarrhea at times, which is mostly red, pale skin, the leg will be pale, not be bright. Okay, there's the one they called affected my bed last 2 years. Yeah, chronic coccidiosis. You won't notice any reddish poo or on their vents or in their vents. They'll just be dying. They'll not be eating well. Before you know, they'll die. The leg will be pale. The only sign you get that they will not be eating and their legs will be pale and dried. Okay, so this thing happened to me. I've shared this in one of my video. I overcome it. I have to take one of the dead beds for examination for analysis in the vet's place in the vet's office. So we dissected it and found out that it was chronic coccidiosis, and he gave me some drugs. And I compared the drugs he gave me. I discovered that the drug he gave me mostly have sulfonamide. So that's the different component of drugs from the one that I had. Because any drug a veterinarian gives me, I have to compare the one that I'll be giving and know the active ingredients in that. Okay, so and the sulfonamide drug is very active. But some of these bacteria or protozoa are very sensitive. So if you are that used to this type, they will not be used to the other type. Okay, so the sulfonamide drug was able to clear the or reduce that deadly chronic coccidiosis. Okay, with other vitamin, almost cost me about 70,000. So that's why you don't even need to allow your bed to fall sick, because before the bed will recover, you might have lost some money. The third one I'll be talking about, you have to be careful about, is Gumboro, infectious bursal disease, Gumboro. Okay, we will also vaccinate. It's a viral disease, very contagious. Mortality is very high, so you have to vaccinate first week or second week, and last week, the fourth week. So you have to vaccinate twice, at least twice, because the way I alternate vaccination between Newcastle and Gumboro, Newcastle day one, day seven Gumboro, day 21 Newcastle, second Newcastle, day 28 Gumboro. That's how I do it. Okay. Gumboro sign of Gumboro, roughly just the same sign with Coccidiosis, but they have some slight difference in terms of Gumboro, they lie down with their beak, just lie down like this. The beak will be touching the ground. The feather are ruffled and rough. They lost appetite, lose weight, and the vent is pasty whitish poop. And they peck, always go back and peck that vent. That's one of the noticeable signs of a Gumboro. Then the other one we're talking about is Aspergillosis. This one is not that contagious, but it happens to chicks. When you notice, it is a fungi disease that affects chicks at first week, due to they pick some decay particles in the floor. So those decay particles are containing some fungi spores that can affect the birds. Some sign of this is that heavy, what do they call it? Silent breathing or heavy breathing. When the chicks will be, baby chicks will be like this, will just raising his neck just up and down. Silent breathing. You won't hear anything continuously. Okay, so you have to give some medication for anti-fungi drugs for the birds to recover. Then the last two I'm going to talk about here is crop impaction and sour crop. They have similar signs. Crop impaction is when there's a blockage of the crop. There's something like this that help to keep reserve feed in birds crop. So you have to reserve feed before the gizzard will now grind it for digestion. So where the feed stay temporarily in the chicken's neck after the neck is crop. So sometimes when they take this hard feed or coarse feed, the feed goes there and block the esophagus. So the feed will be there, and when they stay there for long, start fermenting and start smelling. So the bird will not be eating. Notice that the bird will not be eating once you touch it, and you see that here is quite swollen. Swollen for crop impaction I'm talking about now. Crop, crop impaction is physical cause blockage by maybe what the bird took in. Okay, you can do some massage and then give the bird water and turn the neck. It's quite difficult to empty the content of the crop. Sometimes it is not well done. You might end up killing the birds. Last one I did, I turned the birds. So I was happy that I was taking the feed. Before I know it, the birds dies off because birds cannot breathe when they are turned upside down. Okay, so you have to turn upside down, remove, and give the bird time to breathe again. Turn upside down again, remove the content, give the bird time to breathe again. That's how you remove the feed in the case of crop impaction. Okay. Now, when it comes to sour crop is caused by yeast. Yeast can be caused due to when you give your birds antibiotics too much. Okay. Uh-huh. So when this yeast ferments food, they'll cause the crop to swell, having something like water balloon. It will be very big, but it will not have the content will not be much, but the size, the air space will be very big in the crop. Okay, the bird will still be eating in some cases when it comes to sour crop. Okay, it is caused by yeast. So you can give some anti-yeast drugs, some vitamins, some probiotics to clear the uh, condition. So this crop in passion and sour crop are not that. The mortality is not high. Okay, it's just small, but I do see it time to time within my beds. So that one of the diseases that do come across. Okay. So other diseases I'm going to talk about next time you have to take notice. Coryza and Marek. Okay, I'm going to talk. That's the last two I'm going to talk, but the occurrence is not that much high. Okay, please take note. It is important you locate a veterinarian that is an expert in poultry, so that when there's high mortality in your beds, you have to invite them to know the root cause of the problem. Don't think that you're saving money. You're trying to save money still. 5, 6, 8, your bed, before you know it, within a week, 20 beds have died. So my bed, once it died continuously within 2 days or 3 days, the third day, I'm taking it to the vet. No matter how the distance, I'm going to take it to the bed. I wrap them in a bag, I'll take it to the bed so that I'll know the root cause and know what to do next time to avoid these things. How do you prevent the disease entirely? Sanitation is the key generally in preventing disease. Sanitation, cleanliness, biosecurity. Don't allow people into your farm anyhow. Don't allow people into your farm anyhow. Both vehicle, strangers, animals, dog, local birds, rats, rodents, all this into your farm at all. Make sure you cage or prevent or block any nook or crannies where this thing can enter into your farm. Okay, give the proper preventive medication. Follow a standard vaccination or medication table so that you should be able to prevent this disease before time. They have their span, their period of infection, where this disease normally, the age this disease affect them. So by giving some medication, you'll be able to nip this problem at the bone before it escalates and consume your farm. If you have any question, please leave it on the comment box below and share with us the disease that you have encountered in your farm and how you manage and how you manage to solve and prevent these diseases. So thank you. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Time is out. Bye.